Welcome to the revolution.
Welcome to the revolution. Welcome back to Inside City Hall. We're talking with the mayor of Reykjavik, Jon Gnarr, his former campaign manager, Heida Helgadóttir, and the director of the film Gnarr, who's Gaukur Ulfarsson. Welcome to all of you. You were just starting to tell me about the names and how in Iceland it's against the law to simply change your name.
Yeah, you cannot change your name, and I think it's wrong. And the name laws are very, very strict. And
you can't add on new names.
Yeah, you cannot add on a new name, and we don't have family names in Iceland. You're named usually after your father. So your last name becomes something son. Like
Ulfarsson.
Yeah, like Ulfarsson. He is the son of Oliver, and his children will be Gauksson, and a woman would be daughter. So it's son and daughter, and my name is Jón Gnarr Kristinsson because my father's name was Kristin, so I'm Kristinsson. I would like to change my name simply to Jón Gnarr, but it's against the law, and I think that's wrong. I think we should change that law. I think everybody should be allowed to call themselves whatever they want to call.
And so, I mean, this speaks to a certain kind of conservatism, I guess, for lack of a better word, within the culture, which is sort of your main opponent that we see in the movie that you're running against. So when you make suggestions like bringing the animals from Jurassic Park to Iceland, or bringing polar bears to the zoo, or my favorite was when you call for sustainable transparency, which means nothing at all. You're sort of trying to shake things up. And did you succeed? Are other candidates going to follow in your footsteps, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think people will be more broad-minded after this, and maybe come up with something new. I think something new is starting to happen in Reykjavik, in Iceland, and I hope we'll see some products in the future.
Let me show one more clip. This is from a debate, and it's just a great piece of film. And it shows us sort of the tone of how people were reacting to you as this campaign unfolded. Let's take a look.
Já, komið sæl. Ég byrjaði með bestaflokkinn sem grín og ég hef nú alltaf haft það að leiðarljós að reyna að gleðja fólk og bæta líf þess eins og ég mögulega get. Þetta, ég sagði það strax í upphafi að ef þetta er leiðinlegt þá myndi ég bakka út úr þessu og svona þegar að fór að síga á þetta að þá fór svona að renna á mig tvær grímur. Meiri alvara fór að færast í þetta og svona leiðindi og síðustu dagar eru búin að vera mjög erfiðir og ég eftir vandlega umhugsun að þá hef ég ákveðið að draga framboð bestaflokksins tilbaka í sveitarstjórnarkosningu. Joke. Það fyrst að verða gaman núna.
I love it. I love it. So, Gaukur, it looks like all you had to do was let the camera run and you'd get scenes like this, but I imagine there was a lot more work involved.
Yeah, it was a bit like that, yeah. Yeah, it actually was a bit like that. But of course, like instances like we just saw, we had to coordinate things.
And they didn't tell me about it, so I almost started crying.
We kept her in the dark, and she actually thought that we were withdrawing the campaign.
Okay, so practical jokes all the way around.
Yeah, she almost broke down.
Yeah. She was like shocked, really shocked. Like
she wakes up in the middle of the night.
Still.
Yeah.
Well, now that you're in, and there have been some things that you've had to do that haven't been so funny. You had to raise taxes. You've had to make some really tough decisions. What has that been like?
Well, it's been tough at times, yeah. But But that's not the most difficult thing. You know, difficult problems and the work to find solutions to these problems. That's not the hard part. The hard part is the level of communication and what I like to refer, and as Heiða said, the violence, you know, in communication. That's been the hardest part to deal with for me.
I mean, when you say communications, I mean, this is a country of 300,000 people, so it's not like you can't reach everybody in a technological sense. Right?
No, just the way people are.
Other politicians.
Yeah, mostly not like the brutality and the in communication. That's been the hard
and
part.
You've worked at you know, really strange places like.
I worked in mental hospitals, and I've been a taxi driver in Reykjavik. So I know all sorts of communication, but this is probably the worst place, communicationally wise, that I've worked in. Yeah.
Very interesting. And I mean, I would have thought, Heiða, that lots of politicians might be trying to copy you now in some way, shape, or form, because they're going to have to try and run against you in a couple of years.
Well, I've seen some sort of change in some politicians, whereas they've sort of come down from their sort of, and sort of started talking just more generally about subjects. For example, our Prime Minister, she's been using her Facebook a lot more, and she's been like, you know, sort of saying things and making statements that are more sort of, you know.
And we've heard rumors about the biggest party, Sjálfstæðisflokkurinn, the independent party, but they've been contacting one major celebrity, Hemmigun, and they're trying to get him on board.
Run.
Okay.
Yeah. Hermann Gunnarsson.
Okay, so not terribly original, but but an attempt to at least copy what it is you've begun to do.
But I think it's still quite difficult for the sort of old establishment to change their ways. They still believe that their way of doing business is the best way, and that what we're doing is just strange and generally not good.
Yeah, but the demand from the people is that things are said in that the language is understandable. You can understand what people are saying, and that's a clear demand. People are like demanding. If you're going to say something that we understand and makes sense.
Not a bad idea. Have other artists, you spent a lot of time talking about artists and young people, have they shown more interest in politics after this?
Yeah, I think so, and young people also, and that's very that's very positive. I think there's this has caused more interest among the young people in regards to politics, because many young people consider politics to be just boring, and so I think they are more likely now to vote, for instance.
Because it's actually quite scary to think of the sort of how things have progressed in so many democracies, that, you know, people don't find any alliance with any political parties, and they just vote for this party and they vote for the next, and they or they don't vote, most of them. So just to sort of prove that general, you know, regular people can sort of form a group without so much trouble, and prove to be able to govern is quite impressive.
Any further plans? Prime Minister, maybe?
Next 4 years.
I have 3 more years, and we'll just see. What happens.
We'll see. Listen, thanks very much for spending some time with us, and congratulations again. I was watching the film. I didn't know really what was going to happen, and I was like, wow, they won?
Yeah.
I think
you just spoiled it for so many people.
Oh, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Well, you know what? With or without the spoiler, you should know that Gnarr's international premiere is going to be tomorrow night. That's at 8:30 at Clearview Chelsea Cinemas. That's at 260 West 23rd Street. So you can, however you get into those movies, I don't know how you do it during a film festival. I think it's a little bit harder, folks, but make the effort. It's worth watching. Thanks so much.
Thank you
for spending some time with us. It's time for a break. I'll be back in a moment with a preview of tomorrow night's program. Stay with us.